Hey everybody and hey to nobody. Nobody's on here yet, but I'm just getting set up. So, do I don't really want it in my face. Not really. Not really. Okay, so the other night I went live on a full moon and I was talking about today is April the 25th. No, the 26th. It's Friday night. I used to go Friday night go live on Friday night, and it was called Fluidity Friday. Well, after I watched my video, I was talking about how after the 29th of February, the calendar lines up from 2019. And I believe that I was supposed to be reflecting on 2019. Hey, lady, how are you? Hello, love and light. Hey, lady. Thanks for joining. So, I'm talking about the other night I went live. So, tonight I'm doing Fluidity Friday. I used to do Fluidity Friday and I would pull cards and stuff. But as we progress or as we move to different phases, and when you allow spirit to, I'm just being obedient. I was going to go into a long, drawn out thing and I heard, just do what you do. I'm just doing what I do. So, welcome to Fluidity Friday with Cassie. Hey, Rebecca. So, the other night, today, I'm talking about the importance of happy to catch you live. Thank you. I'm happy to be live because they put me in timeout. I'm not on timeout right now. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I'm happy for now. So I got wisdom with me and I got girlfriend with me. This is goddess. This is girlfriend. Hey, Rose, this is okay. So when you start your journey, you're going to have markers. Rose is one of my okay. Rose is one of my markers. Rose is I don't know what to call Rose, but Rose has been here since not when Cassie first came, but when I started making myself go live. I think I met Rose in 2018. But anyway, Rose, it wasn't about 2019. It was about 2018 and going backwards. But 2019 was really when it all kind of lined up. And that's the reason why I was going back to 2019. And they do want me to use 2019, but they need, hey, Eden, hey, y'all, thank y'all supporting me. This feels really good. So I had to go back. So today I went to visit my cousin, um, her costume. This was the last time we was going to see the costume she was wearing because her spirit is still here with me. And I know it is. Y'all know I'm emotional. I'm a 2. I'm 11. 11 is still 2, so I can be emotional. But I wouldn't go up to I didn't go up and look at her body. I seen enough of her body and seen her in casket, but I really don't like to see it feel like dirty clothes. I don't want to see your dirty clothes. I just don't. I wouldn't come to your house and go look at your dirty clothes basket. That's how it feels to me now. I I got to enjoy it when you were wearing it, but now you're not wearing it. I really don't want to see it. So I didn't see it. And they was making jokes. They always make jokes on me. My dad and my cousin, her sister, but I taught them something because I always ask everybody when is their birthday now, and they freely give it to me. So I asked my cousin, I said, when is your birthday? And she told me it was and y'all got to look it up because I don't have my book right now. She told me it was August, I don't even got to remember. It was August the 5th, So she is a diamond. She is a diamond. The second is a jack of diamonds. 3 days later, 10, 9, 8. She a 8 of diamonds, y'all? Is she a 8 of diamonds? Y'all look it up because we're still learning. You know, as I learn, I teach. As I teach, I'm being loved. They love when I'm learning and teaching. So I think 8, 5, I think it's an 8 of diamonds. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. Just look it up for me. So anyway, she told me she was 8/5, 1955. So she told me she was 58 years old, and I told her no. She told me she was, what that make her, y'all? Because I'm gonna be 58. She's 68, right? Y'all get it right for me. I said I'm gonna be 58 and she gonna be 69 this year. She 58 because her birthday ain't until August. So I told her, I said, so you was 10 years old when I was born. You was gonna be 11. And she said, okay. So then when I realized she was born in 55, I said, Mama, you was 9 years old when she was born. You was going to turn 10 that year. She was like, okay, teach me something. That made me feel good because they was listening. But they was making jokes on me. And the last time I seen them, she was teasing me. I don't like people to laugh at me. She was teasing me because it rained really hard. It was raining really hard and somebody had passed. And whenever it rains around me and somebody is transitioning, I always feel like those are tears. And I like to catch them. I like to catch them and I like to put them in a bottle so I can remember you because that's just what I like to do. It's a diamond. It is. It's the 8 of diamonds. Oh, I did good, didn't I? Okay, I did good. It's an 8 of diamonds. So she an 8 of diamonds. No wonder it tell me so much about people with these cars now. Cause she a bossy old somebody. Oh, she a bossy old somebody. Yeah, she is. I ain't gonna even take it back. She is bossy. Well, her sister that she was 4 years. I told her, I said, when she was born, you was 3 years old, gonna turn 4 years old that year. I mean, gonna turn 4 that year. And she said, yeah. And she was a 9 of diamonds. So they was the 8 of diamonds and the 9 of diamonds. That is so incredible. Because I don't think they was really talking. The 9 of diamonds really wasn't talking to the 8 of diamonds. We're gonna have to study that one day. I'm working on where I can go, like how it's just us three, right? Or yes, it's 4 of us, it's 3 of us, and I can go and send y'all my a tag or a link, and we can just go in a place by ourselves and see each other, a shared screen or whatever it is. I'm working on learning how to do that because I have to remember we have these cards in our life for a reason. They come in the form of people, and these people are here to assist you. Okay. So getting back to journaling. Today I was looking, I write poetry, and today I know that I had wrote a poem for my cousin way back when. 2000 and it was before 2014, and I went on because I used to be on Moco. I went on Moco looking for it. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it because I wrote it on somebody else's page. And this is when I knew I've been my whole life. They said I was crazy, much like Cassandra Shoy. They say you crazy so no one will believe you because the fact that you have foresight, it has been it has been cursed. Well, that's how I found myself when I started reading about Cassandra Troy back in 2013, 12, 13. I saw me. I saw me. I saw that I could see stuff and I could hear stuff and I believed in stuff, but everybody said I was crazy. Well, the reason why I'm going through this, and two, I go through this because I am a manifesting generator, and I am what is it? Something about the phoenix. All that stuff go together. Looking at the manifesting generator, I realized how come my throat chakra is like my sacral chakra has a motor, and I sometimes blur stuff out. That's how come I say don't box yourself in into believing that you have to believe one way. We're closing ourselves off by not opening ourselves up to all these metaphysical sciences. It's sciences, but it's spiritual also. So when we just box ourselves in and say, I only look at it, it's only red. It's only red. I don't care what you say. The only color in the world is red. The world, it's a rainbow of colors. No, not in my world. It isn't. I can't do that, and I'm not going to allow anybody to make me think there's something wrong with the way I do it. So when you want to find something, stop looking. Stop looking for it. I stopped looking for it and I found it. Really, I was looking for a different book. I was looking, okay, I'm going to go in the order how I found it. Okay, so the first thing I found, Rose, was I found the journal. The journal is kind of beat up. I don't know if y'all can see how beat up it is. It's beat up because it got in water. In 2019, I had a flood in my house. And this was the journal that when I would go to the Purple House, I would have people write in the book. I would have people, they told, this is what I was told. I was told a spirit came to me, and I feel like it was Cleo, formerly known as Miss Cleo. I feel like Miss Cleo came to me and she asked me, did I want to learn how to do readings? And did I want to learn how to do tarot at that time? And I used to call it tarot. I didn't know how to say it. It's tarot. What is tarot? I heard everything. I didn't know how to say it. And it didn't matter. But she came to me and she said, do you want to learn how to do this? I will teach you. But, it's always a but. You got to journal. You got to write everything down. Everything you have to write, and I will teach you. So I said, okay. And that's why I don't like people to talk about Miss Cleo, because, and they used to call me Miss Cleo. And what she told me is, she said, they think they clowning you, but they're crowning you. Yeah, they was crowning me. They was crowning me, but they was clowning me. Hey, Cleo. and I would just say, okay, then you read me. And I would give them my cards. You read me. Oh, they would get so intimidated. Then shut the freak up. But this book right here, Rose, this is why I keep telling you, you got to journal. I can go back to the day we went to that circle, Rose. It was December the 15th, 2018. So it's a prelude to 2019. So when she gave me, I can go back to Stephanie Popso. I think that's how you say her name. It's Popso. She gave me this. I gave her a reading. Can y'all see that? Okay, there you go. She gave me this book. I was doing a reading for her. It say I am naturally empowered.com. Y'all can go to that and you can find out who she is. I am naturally empowered.com. I can go back to her reading. If I hadn't wrote it down, I couldn't. I wouldn't have nothing to talk about for real. So I went and I found this first. So I seen the readings I did. I did the reading for the lady that she's the one that was having the sister circle. I wrote down, I met her at witches class, not really, at the psychedelic healing shack. That's where I met her. I met her at the psychedelic healing shack, but she didn't pay me no attention. But I told her back in 2017 that I said, oh, we gonna do some business together. She said, okay, and kind of blew me off. But remember, Rose, before we went to this, we had went to that thing at Michigan at the works. Remember, we went downtown and they was doing at close to the they was roller skating in that building. It said, yes, I really do need to keep my journaling. Yes, I see the important. It is so important. It is so important. It's so important because you're right. I'm writing my Bible. It had nothing to do with Miss Cleo. Miss Cleo was teaching me how to write my Bible. Miss Cleo was teaching me how to write books. Miss Cleo has a book. She has a couple books, I think. I know she has one for sure. But I go back to 2015 and everybody is I wrote event. So I know this is the day of the event. And it said the purpose of your trip. She said she was curious. But the thing that she wrote, it said, I love when you felt our emotions and the tears came from you. It was a wonderful reading. The reason why they were, I used to think that they were boosting my ego. No, I didn't have an ego. I didn't believe. I didn't. Oh, I'm gonna start crying. I didn't believe in me. See, it's easier on Clubhouse because if I start doing that, somebody could jump in and start talking. But it's not about that. It's about me. It's about me. It's about you and yours. It's about you and yours. It's about you. And so we do cry. And it's okay to show your emotions. We don't have to be ashamed. We don't have to be so prim and proper. We don't have to not share our truth. This is my truth. I'll be happy 1 minute, and the next minute I'll be emotional. And I can't stop it because I'm not supposed to stop it. So then the next person was Miss Tiffany. I kind of remember that person, but I don't. And this was the first time to me that I had really did an event, and it was reading after reading after reading. Because I worked at the Purple House, but sometime when you chocolate and a whole bunch of vanilla, the vanilla overpower you. And I was just a little chocolate and a whole bunch of vanilla. So this was the first time I was at a place beside the gambling spot where everybody was chocolate. And at the gambling spot, they said I was a witch. And y'all know I always say I ain't no punk ass witch. I've been saying that since the third grade. Nothing against anybody that calls themselves witches. This is my story. This is the Jack of Clubs and how I seen it. Somebody said I was a witch in the third grade and they didn't even know how to spell the word. They spelled it WHICH. And I wrote it back. I ain't no punk ass witch. It has nothing against anyone else. I just lined that all up when I said this is about you. This is about Fluidity Friday. I'm just letting it flow. So I did a reading for Tiffany, and She was just a walk-in. Yeah, she would. Okay, now I remember. It said, "What was she here? What was she here? She was here for the circle." Remember, Rose? I said they had advertised that it was a circle. I'm getting real hot, y'all. So okay, let me tell y'all something. Just teaching and just talking, just being fluid. When I get really, really, really hot, I know I'm on the right track. We used to play a game where you say you would hide something and you would say you getting warmer, you're boiling hot, meaning you was right there with it. I know these lights are hot, but this light ain't that hot. That light ain't hot. That light ain't hot at all. No, it's not that. That's spirit. And then that made me think sometimes people they would tell you the lights was hot. Sometimes people was channeling and they didn't even know it. Okay, so um they showed me something today. When I worked at the gambling spot, I would collect liquor bottles. When I first started doing this with a purpose, or I thought it was a purpose, and I didn't have any money, y'all. I really didn't have money, but I had food stamps. And they kept telling me, the spirits, my ancestors kept telling me, stick with tradition, stick with tradition, stick with tradition. So tradition was whatever you had, that's what you used. I had food stamps, and you can go. I would go to any grocery store. I didn't care if it was a Nigerian grocery store, if it was the Mexicana, wherever I would, and I would buy these different herbs. And then Spirit would have me buying all this stuff, and I didn't know what it was. But then I would come home and I would research it, and they had me making tinctures, and they had me making different oils because I couldn't go to I couldn't just I couldn't buy the stuff at the store where I was working. I couldn't. And the reason why I was at the gambling spot, and I love him for that, because they didn't charge me. And I had to learn. And Miss formerly Cleo, because she formerly known as Miss Cleo. She's not Miss Cleo, because they tainted that company was Miss Cleo, and they used her likeness. That's how come she got off. She wasn't sued and all that because they were doing it. That's the reason why I have to be careful, and that's the reason why I feel like Miss Cleo came, because I've ran into some people that they want to use me. It's no other way to say it. They want to get paid. And when they see that I can get paid, they want to take more off of mine. This is mine. It's mine. So that's how come I manifested to be able to be home. And that's how come I can't be out there. And if don't nobody ever want me to read them again in everyday life, y'all carry y'all ancestors with you. I was at the grocery store. I was at the gas station today, and the guy was talking to me, and it was two men standing behind him. And I asked his birthday, and I told him his card. He was like a two of diamonds. And I told him it's two men standing behind you. They're both about the same height. One is really thick. And he said to me, and he just looking at me, and he said, "You don't see me." And I said, "Yes, I do." And the guy is like this. He just looking at me. And then the other guy, he wasn't saying nothing. He was just squinting his eyes. And then they both looked at each other, and they looked at me. And they both said what they said without moving their mouth. "Who is this? Who are you?" And I started laughing, and I was telling him everything I'm telling y'all. I said, "They're looking at me." He said, "Yeah," because he was a Chaldean. He said, they're a trip. I said, "Oh, this big guy, he got a real smart mouth. He got a real smart mouth." I said, "They feel like uncles." He said, "I ain't his uncle." And he started laughing. He said, "I never had nobody to read me like that." I said, I just, it just is. I see spirits. So when I went to the funeral, to the viewing, because it was a viewing, because she's gonna get cremated, I wouldn't go look at her dirty clothes. I didn't want to look at it. I could see her enough, but to go stand over it and look at it, nah. And she kept telling me, "Come on up here and get it over with. Just come on up here and get it over." I said, "I'm not. I won't, because I can see her like the last time I seen her. I can see her like I saw her when I was a kid. I don't have to see you. I don't have to see your dirty clothes. I keep feeling like that. I don't have to see your used costume. I don't. I wouldn't want to see Bozo. I don't. That's come out. I don't really like going to Rex museums and all that kind of stuff. I really don't want to see all that. Because I can talk to you. I don't have to see the Queen Mother. But I did go and see her. You only could get so close, but I did go see the Queen Mother, laying in the casket. But I didn't just stand there. I just walked past to let her know I honor you. I didn't stand there. I don't stand over people no more. I don't stand over people. I stopped that a long time ago. I and if something happened to you and they say, "Well, Miss Cassie didn't come," don't feel no kind of way about it. Don't feel no kind of way about it, because you can come over here and we can have a whole conversation. You want to drink? I'll fix you a drink. I don't drink. I don't have to drink. You see why I can't drink? I already see spirits. If I drink and the spirits want me to do something, they'd be like, "This drunk ass." No, I can't drink. I used to could smoke a little weed. I can't even do that no more. They need me to be sober so that I can be drunk, if that makes sense. Because they're spirits. You already drunk messing with them. You already full of them. I'm already full of them, so I don't need to drink. Hey, lady, there go my king of clubs. There go my king of clubs, y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all that's my aborted baby. Shakira is I aborted a baby, and my baby came back to me. Oh, I can't say that word. Oh, I don't know what that means. Yep, that's what that is. That is my aborted baby. But I didn't abort her. She just couldn't come right then. And she couldn't come to me because they wanted us to find each other. And people feel some kind of way when I say that. That's my truth. I did. I was a kid. Somebody told me that's what I had to do to prove that I loved them. And I did it. But I never got over that. And now it's nothing to get over because she back. Yep, she's back. And the universe proved to me who she was. But when I first met her, I was looking at her sad ways too, talking about some, "Hey lady, who is you? I don't know you." But that's my baby, y'all. Yep, that is my baby. I didn't birth her, but that's my baby. I know what I feel for her. But she just happened to be my Jupiter, and she expands on my everything. She teaches me and helps me. Right. I can't drink or smoke anymore. Me either, Rose. I can't. I can't. It won't let me. It say, you talking about good morning. Right. You used to be like, good morning. I was like, who is that? It said I was going through my thing and was sure I needed to be sober. Yeah. You need to be sober, because a lot of us need to be sober. And a lot of times, we need to ask permission. A lot of times we're just doing what we want to do, and we need to ask permission. And you might can have a drink, but you have to ask. Okay, so let me show y'all this. This is girlfriend. This is goddess girlfriend. But y'all get y'all something that doubles. It's a necklace. What they call it, padded in plain sight. But at the same time, stop. Is Shakira here? Is Shakira here? Is Eden here? Is Rose here? Is Rebecca here? Is Michelle Obama here? Y'all see that? You see how Michelle Obama not here? See, I love that, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much. I love it. And you just connect with your tools. But and the reason why I'm wearing an amethyst today, I'm wearing an amethyst today because my cousin, my 9 of diamonds, was an Aquarius. And this is their birthstone, amethyst. So I'm honoring her today. Okay, so let's get back to the circle. Eden. Shakira, I had told my kids that I birthed. I kept saying, y'all gotta help me. Y'all gotta help me. And I want this, and I want journals, and I want this. And Shakira is she learned how to make journals for me. And she made them for me. And I kept telling my kids, I'm not supposed to pay a whole lot of money. I don't know how I'm gonna play. I don't know how this is gonna happen. But I didn't. And Shakira was one of my kids. That's how I know she is one of my kids. And everything that she owed was forgiven by the universe. You see, wisdom. Wisdom is my owl, right? Okay, right there. Hey, wisdom. Wisdom is a girl. Yeah, wisdom is a girl. Wisdom is an owl. And I have owls all over the place. On this side, I have another owl back there, right there. That owl comes from 2005. I was working in the braid shop. 2004. 2004, I was working in the braid shop and the owl spoke to me. So sometimes I'll say, I think I was doing this then, and then I've been doing that my whole life. I've been doing this since conception. Oh my goodness, listen, I'm so grateful. I will never forget them bookmarks and that Cash App. Yeah. They told me to send Shakira some money that I didn't have. And I said, I pushed send. I said, you sure? And I pushed send. And when she went back to it, she had bought these bookmarks to make for me, and somebody had stole all the bookmarks, and it was the exact amount that she had spent on the bookmarks. But Spirit had told her that she wasn't supposed to charge me anything, and we didn't know at the time because the universe was going to pay for it. Spirit was going to pay for everything. I can't make this up. Okay, so then I did. Do you remember the lady, Mama Leslie? She was a 5 of diamonds. See, you go back to your journals. This is the good thing about journaling. These journals are from 2018. I think, let me look at the first reading I did. I'm going to tell you. In this book, the first reading I did was 11/16/2018 at the Purple House. Yep. Lena. I remember her. This lady had purple everything on. She had purple hair and everything. Hey, Rebecca. Oh, it already told me you was here. It said, yeah, you were here. Yeah, she had purple everything on. But I went back and I looked because I would have everybody write their birthdays down. So everybody that wrote their birthday down, I went and put their card next to it. And Cleo told me that's how I was going to learn the cards. So I felt like I had to stick around certain situations to learn. No, I have so many journals that now I can go back and look at all those readings and do a reading with the cards. So when she said, I am going to teach you, but you got to write every reading down and keep it, That's the reason why. This should have been, this was so wet. I had to sit each page down and let it dry out so that they didn't stick together, so that I could keep it. And this was a guest journal. I got this journal. I got this journal from, I used to go to the Goodwill a lot and find stuff. And they would say, get that. And then when I found it, it says guest sign in. It got their email. It say where they're visiting from. When did they arrive? The purpose of their trip. And it was teaching me how I really want my journals to be. I want to be able to ask questions, but until then, I just needed a journal. So when Shakira made my journal and she put a picture on, I was too out there. And it was purple, my favorite color, one of my favorite colors. Okay, so who else did I do? Keisha. I don't remember her. Oh, this was, remember I said it was somebody from Hawaii? This was who was from Hawaii. So this was around, and she was an 8 of diamonds. So this was around the time. This was, oh, she the same birthday as my cousin. Earlier, I just said my cousin was born 85, 55. She was born 85, 83. And she was recommended to me by Goddess. Yeah. And while I was reading her, they turned off all the lights. And I said, what the hell? And that's when I could really see the, I said, it's an old man standing next to you. And she was telling me that was her granddad. So then this is what she wrote, her favorite part. She said, the best part, I got the answers from my grandpa, and he is here with me, not a, oh, not a, she thought a demon was, people always be thinking it's demons. I ain't saying that there can't be no energies around you that ain't right, but why do we always go to the worst scenario? I used to do that when I was a kid. It was a man in my closet. It really was. And now that I got older, it really was a man in my closet. But really, it wasn't a man in my closet. I was in my closet. I was the person in the closet. But she thought it was a demon. She was afraid. And you don't have to be afraid. You can ask questions. It says that picture. That's the picture they have painted in my mind. That was a beautiful picture. You don't always have to think it's something bad. You can talk to them. Somebody texted me today, and her baby. I went to the doctor's office, and it was a little kid standing behind her. It was a little spirit standing behind her, and she told me that was her baby. And she didn't go into it, but then the baby led me to itself and showed me his name was Pootie, and he was saluting me. And so she texted me today, and she said that a bird has been trying to get her since Tuesday. Tuesday was a jack of clubs. And I asked her what kind of, and she sent me a video, and the bird was killing itself trying to get in the window, just kept beating itself into the window. Just kept on beating itself into the window. And I said, what kind of bird was it? And I could see that it was a robin, but I wanted to be sure. So I said, did it have an orange or a red chest? And she said a red chest, and said it was a robin. Well, then I sent her what the spiritual meaning of a robin was. And then I sent her another something saying about how somebody, I don't even have to guess. See, I be trying to make stuff up. Everything I got is right here. Everything I need is right here. And I can tell the story correctly because I kept messing up. I said stay dehydrated the other day, y'all. I meant stay hydrated. But okay, so this is what it said. This is what she said. She said it was a bird trying to get at her. And I said, just talk to him and say, hey, what are you trying to tell me? Or put a mirror in your window. And she said, if he come back, because I said if it's a she or a he, because I didn't know. She said, if he come back, I'm going to do that. I was scared. I said, what kind of bird is it? I said, did it have a yellow I said, did it have an orange, red chest or belly? She said a red chest. I said a robin. And I told her, I said, for centuries, this tiny bird has been the symbol of good luck, happiness, and rebirth. And sometimes even as a messenger for a lost loved ones. They're I can't know why I can't get that. There are tales stretching back to Norse mythology, where the robin is the protector from storms and lightning. And in Celtic, whatever, folklore, the robin is known as the oak king of summer. Okay, so then I sent her this thing and it has a robin. It says, a visit from a robin. It's amazing. Don't you know? He visits in the place of a loved one that sadly had to go. He comes to show they miss you just as you do them. And they too long for the day that you shall meet again. They're by your side forevermore, and that will remain so. So they send a little robin as a way to let you know. So when I send her that, she is like, thank you. My granny called me Birdie, so I was thinking it was her. So it was her. So, because whoever you think, the first thing that comes to your mind, even when you're doing a reading, don't be afraid to say what it is. But sometimes if you're sitting with a spirit or an energy, the first one that comes to your mind, more than likely that's who it is. You don't have to second guess it. You can because I used to second guess myself. Like I said, I didn't believe in me. You can believe in this. You can believe in you. You can go forward with it. You don't have to worry about it because it's how you see it, period. Of course, somebody gonna tell you you don't see nobody because they don't see nobody. That's why you don't see nobody. Oh, I got my purple. I got amethyst all day. I am honoring the Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. So I'm honoring my cousin today, the nine of diamonds, which is my Mercury. So I'm trying to communicate. I'm trying to be clear on how I communicate, but I am looking for my voice, my authentic self. And I want to be unapologetic about it. I really do. Okay. So then, the next person, Stephanie. Stephanie was the lady who gave me the journal. I'm gonna say it again on the back of it. It said, I am naturallyempowered.com. Y'all go look that up. And y'all will find Stephanie. But Stephanie, she said her purpose for the trip was goddess work. She is a two of diamonds, 713. She was a two of diamonds. I just kept, she said recommended by Joy. I don't know who Joy, okay, I think Joy was the lady that we didn't know who she was and she was giving us some kind of weird kind of vibes. Rose. I think that's who Joy was. I really do. Um, she said that her favorite moment, kind, thorough, informative, sweet, and confirmed. I was a joy. She was a joy. She gave me that journal. At the end of it, she said, can I give you something? And I said, yeah. Shoot, I love gifts. Remember, I used to make my kind of kinky corn rolls. I was such a scientist because popcorn, I couldn't eat popcorn, but popcorn wanted to work with me. And popcorn showed me that I didn't have to have a faith of a mustard seed. I had to have the faith of a popcorn kernel. And you are the spirit. You take the earth, which is the kernel, and you heat up the oil, which is the fire, and it absorbs the water, and then the air pops. And that's all five elements, and that's the spirit. That's the whole thing encompassed. So popcorn worked with me, and I learned that I didn't have to have the faith of a mustard seed. I had to have faith in a popcorn kernel because when them people used to call me Miss Cleo and they wouldn't get a reading, they'd buy some popcorn. Miss Cleo say, oh, we can get these. She say they up in here gambling and smoking and drinking. Make some popcorn. Make some popcorn because I had to do stuff that food stamps could do. And food stamps could get you some popcorn, and I would go and get me some oil. And I made a certain kind of seasoning. I had regular seasonings, and then I had the kiki corn seasoning. I called it wheat corn. And they would be, I called it kiki corn. The kiki corn was the corn that had all the oh, this is so incredible. I'm just reminiscing. And this is what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to reminisce and remember 2018 going into 2019. In 2018, when it was just me and Spirit, I started selling popcorn. And it was really good. Rose was one of my people. See, she said that popcorn was good, wasn't it? I made popcorn. And I made popcorn and I made brownies. I made brownies. Remember, Rose? I had brownies. And Rose was one of, I would call Rose over. I say, Rose, you want to touch my batch and give me feedback? And I might end up doing the reading too. And it was working. And that's what they want me to remember. Remember when it was just Spirit wants you to remember. Remember what we were doing before you let other people come in and start doing what you're doing. When you get off of your yellow brick road and be on somebody else's yellow brick road, you're fulfilling their mission, but that's not your mission. You can always lend yourself to somebody. She said, yeah, I remember them too. But Rose was helping me because she would write down, I felt it, and then I didn't, so I ate a little bit more. So, that's how you find out what you're doing and how you're doing it. So I only did, seemed like I did I only did 5 people. I was only there for a minute though. I was only there, seemed like I did a man. No, I didn't have time to do him. That's right. I had a couple people that I couldn't do. That's when that lady was talking me down. She said how much was my readings, and I told her how much my readings were. Oh, and I wrote it down. I wrote down the 10. Oh, I'm so petty. Y'all, I am so petty. And I told her how much my readings was, and she was trying to talk me down. Yep. And because she kept on trying to talk, Spirit hung up the phone on her. Yep. I wrote her whole reading down. Oh, yeah. I like this. I love that I wrote everybody down. I love that I went back and put their cards. And that's what you can do. When you keep a journal, you go back and you put the dates. You go back and you put the cards on the dates. You don't have to be reading nobody per se, but you know that if you're journaling, you're reading you. Every entry should have a date on it. And that's the date that you look at. And you'll realize you will realize that this is deeper than you think. Wow, this is incredible to me. It'd be incredible to me when people tell me who recommended them. Okay. Yeah, I like it. I like that I went back and put it. I didn't even know I had did that. I forgot I did it. I went back and put all these. So this had to happen. I started learning about cardology in 22 on July the 1st, 2022 was the first day I asked Jupiter what was next. And Rose had sent me Clubhouse, and Miss Diamond popped up. And Rose had sent me an invitation to Miss Diamond's room. And I was so just listening to her talk about these energies. I was just like, I was in awe. It wasn't nothing you could say. It wasn't no dates you could say. And she was just going. And she was talking about this place, that, and this. And I was like, what is she talking about? But I soon learned. I can't flow like she had, but I have to also remember how many years she been doing it. She been doing it for a lot of years. But what I liked about that was because when I went back and looked at the first time I heard about Destiny cards, and I had heard about Destiny cards and Alexander. I can't think of the name of his cards, but I had got their books. I had got another Dr. Charles Porterfield. He played with the cards, but none of them, Mama Cass, she played with the cards, but none of them grabbed my attention the way that cardology did. Cardology brought it on home. Yeah. And then I took my knowledge that I got from Cleo with the tarot and the cardology and numerology, not on the level that I was on, but Left Eye introduced me to want to know about numerology. And I got a book and I would study these things on my own. But when I start, what they say, when you're ready, the teacher will appear. The teacher did appear. When I felt like I could know more about astrology than just what you get out the newspaper. Soon after that, I was introduced to human design. Yep, human design. And whenever I would learn something, I would pass it on to the other people because I felt like you might not have heard about this either. They say, yeah, because you always talked about playing cards anyway. So I knew you would like the card. Yeah, because I used to always say, these damn tarot cards cost too much. They cost too much. It's got to be a way that you can read with just a regular deck of playing cards. I just knew it was. I knew it had to be. So yeah, I love it. I read the other night because I couldn't sleep after I got off live. So I went back and looked at my human design and to understand it more. Um, because really you are the marker. We so appreciate for you sharing that. Oh, I appreciate y'all. I'm telling you, my cousin that transitioned, they used to tell me shut up. They used to tell me shut up. Everybody used to tell. It is so incredible. Everybody used to tell me to shut up, and to be able to get paid for talking, it's full circle. That is so funny to me. I mean, everybody used to tell me to shut up. She used to say, shut up, shut up. Everybody used to tell me to shut up. And now when I'm quiet, they be like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Well, what you think? I'm not thinking. Remember, Rose? We went to do waist beads. me, Rose, and Coco went to, because them was my people. I do good in threes. And now I know why I do good in threes. I'm a 30. My numerology, I'm a 3. So I do good. It's when I'm not when I get past 3, it start to act up. But with 3, I'm real good. But we went to do I used to find all this stuff to do, and I said, y'all, I'm going to learn how to make race beads. Y'all want to go? And them 2 people would always go with me. My kids, they always spit, and I feel it. That's a comment they say you should wear a mask. So we went to do race bees, and I this was a cute little house. I figured I used to always figure like, okay, if they have if they do an event, I want to be a part of the event. I want to do readings. I was willing to do readings where I wasn't afraid to tell people that I did readings. And there was a lot of people that would do like this when they see me coming, when I thought it was something wrong with them, because this is what the world is coming to. I'm trying to get y'all ready. And I was the devil, and I didn't understand it until I read what it said about card readers in the Bible. Then I understood it. So I was the whole devil in some people's eyes. But I told the lady that I did readings, and she was like, "Oh yeah, so what you see?" I said, "I don't see nothing." She said, "What?" I said, "I paid for this class. You had to pay me." People feel like you just want to tell them, I'm paying you to teach me how to make waist beads. You pay me to give you a reading. We be cool. She said, "What you mean you don't see nothing?" I said, "I'm not getting paid." Oh, I think I pissed her off. Because then, remember, she wouldn't help me put my beads on. She kept on, wouldn't bring me to class. You can't have it both ways. You can't teach a class. And that's how come we took some extra beads home. Remember? You can't teach a class and get paid for your gift or for your time or for your skills. I'm going to say skills. I ain't going to even call it a gift. For your skills or for your energy. That's her energy. No matter what she do with it. And at that time, she was teaching waist beads. Yeah. And she going to say, "Oh, yeah, what you do? What you see?" I said, "I don't see nothing." She said, "What you mean?" I said, "I ain't getting paid." Oh my God, I could be such a hoe. I ain't gonna even say just the hoe. I could be the hoe. But yeah, I had learned that people will pimp you. They will pimp you for your gift. They really will. But okay, so that's enough of that one. That one is from 2018, and it shows me that, yeah, I was leading up to 2019. Okay, do you remember I did the one show? Okay, so I went out of town in 2019. And at the beginning of 2018, I had manifested that I was going to New Orleans, y'all. And I had said, and I wrote it down. So now looking at this, I get to see everything that I was writing down, how it played out. You get to see, a lot of times we think we're not manifesting, and we think we got to join a group and take a class, and we've been doing it all along. All you got to do is go back and look at your journals. So after we had did the waist bead class, I had said I wanted to do another event. And I end up doing another event. I did ladies night on January the 26th. They had an erotic poem and a ladies night, right? And I was going out of town on the 28th, because the year before I said, oh, and remember, Rose, no, that went into 2019, I think. I did the Honiac, but it's right here, ladies night. And I did readings. This was my first reading. It was her birthday. I did, and she got a free weed corn, because they had all these vendors selling weed, and they was selling it was like an erotic kind of party. They was teaching you how to pole dance. They had erotic poetry. They had a lot of infused drinks and stuff. So I set up right by, I can't remember what she was selling. She was selling candles. Next to her, this girl was selling infused. She had Kool-Aid, but I was selling popcorn. I had my wheat corn, and I didn't do the brownies. I just did corn. So everybody that got a read, and you could get regular popcorn or you could get wheat corn. And the first person that came, and they didn't have a problem with the price. That's what I love. She said she told me all about myself. God is good all the time. I knew I was in my element then too, because they wasn't looking at me like you the devil. They wasn't looking at me like you the devil. Yep, I had did an event. I was doing real good on my own. Ladies' night. Everybody was saying ladies' night. She said I was the truth, Jamila. She didn't give me her birthday. Some people didn't want to give me their birthday. They were scared to give me. Well, the one lady said, what you need my birthday for? If you a psychic. I said, okay. I'm just gonna tell you what I see then. I ain't finna play games with you. She said I was honest. She said honesty, an attitude. She said I had an attitude. Well, she kept getting smart with me. So I'm gonna get smart back where I give what I receive. Yeah, she said I had an attitude. I did. Cause it didn't make sense. You curious, but you don't want to give me your birthday. She said you shouldn't need anything. I don't need anything, but I'm trying to give you a direct hit. That's all the birthday was for, to give me a direct hit. Yep. So, oh y'all look. So this go back to 2017. I always want to know this date. So on 8/24/2017, I took my godson to Madonna College in Livernois today. Only and I went to a baby shower. Well, no. He was the only baby shower my best friend had was for him. I threw him a baby shower, and she had 6 kids, but only one of her kids had a baby shower. I threw it for him. And it said, well, Spirit has something very special for me. I looked online because I used to like to go live at different, this is how I met Rose. I used to would go live at different metaphysical stores. And I would just go live because they kept telling me I had to go live. So I had to think of what would be interesting, but what would be educational at the same time. So I looked for this place, and I looked for a metaphysical store, and it was called Illuminate Your Spirit. It was at 15737 Farmington Road in Livonia, Michigan. And I called and I asked what time they closed. And she told me. When I walked in the store, she handed me a deck of cards. It was like some used cards. It was like a deck of cards. And I was like, what's these for? And she said, you. And I said, for what? She said, I'm gifting you this. It says her name was Donna, gave me my first tarot deck of cards. I'm so happy. My gods make me understand I am special being and deserve to be happy. I was hoping, wishing, praying for love to come and stay. Oh, that's something else, y'all. Amazed, giving praise, and to my special surprise, I am my prize. Oh, okay. That wasn't nothing else. It said, I was hoping, wishing, praying for love to come to stay. Amazed, giving praise, and to my surprise, I am my prize. No one is going to love me the way I do. I am new shoes. Who knew I was looking for me? I was looking for you. I was looking for myself, y'all. I was looking for myself. Yep, I was really, really looking for myself. And I didn't know it. And she gave me a deck of cards. She gave me the Witch's Tarot. And she said, these are what we use when people come in the store and we might just want to pour them a card when they buy something. Well, it was 2 decks put together. And I said, is it a book to it? She said, no, there's no book. And I said, well, let me make sure I got the full deck. So I went through and made sure I had every card. And I had never touched a deck of tarot cards. And then they had a basket that had you could bring in something, and whatever's in the basket you could donate it, and they would sell it for really cheap. So I got this Chinese tarot deck for $5, and I also got my first pendulum that day. I can't remember what the pendulum was. It was a real cheap little pendulum because I didn't have much money. I didn't. So I probably spent $15 because the pendulum was probably about $8, and the $5 deck, and I got a free deck of cards, and I was off and running after that. By the 20, I got them cards on the 24th. By the 20, and this was in 2017, so this was before I met Miss Cleo. This is before Cleo. This was before Cleo. Those cards were what made me meet Cleo, because these cards were too vanilla. They were so vanilla. Oh, they were so vanilla. I couldn't read them. They were so vanilla, and they wasn't spooky at all, but they were so vanilla, and they didn't have an instruction book to them. So Coco told me to buy. She said you can go on Amazon and get you Miss Cleo cards, and they was only like $5, and it was on and popping from there. Okay, I've been on here for a long time talking, y'all, but hey, y'all listening. Fluidity Fridays. It's Saturday now by now, ain't it? Yep, it's 12:51. That's my birthday. That's the exact time that girl texted me today at 12:51. And her baby birthday was 5/22, and my birthday is 5/21. And I said, that's our birthdays together. And that's how I met her at the doctor's office. She said, your birthday 5/21? I said, yep. She said, my baby birthday was 5/22. I said, oh, he's so special. He attend a club. And she said, yep. I said, you say your baby's birthday was. She said, yeah, he passed. He was 3 years old. 3 again, y'all. There go my 3 again. There go that Jupiter. And I feel like that's why he showed himself to me. But I needed somebody that worked at a doctor's office, because even though I'm got all this stuff going on, I still in my physical got some other stuff going on too. And my baby is a nurse, y'all. My baby is a nurse. Yep. I did that. I sure did. That is so incredible to me, y'all. I used to make incense. They taught me all this stuff just sitting in my kitchen. And when I first started doing it, was crazy because, Rose, remember how I used to have that curtain up and I had covered all my furniture with white sheets? Because my stuff wasn't up to par. So I could vision, I had that little table in the living room, because I saw, well, Rose, you got to read before I got the table, remember? I had a cushion in the middle. I had a cushion in the middle, and I had crocheted a thing. And I covered all the furniture, and I had a tapestry, the aisle on. Rose, remember the tapestry? It was wisdom. I I didn't even realize that. I had a brown tapestry on my wall, y'all. It was a big old owl. It was wisdom. Wisdom. Where you at, wisdom? Right there. It was wisdom. It was wisdom. Wow. So this owl has really been with me this whole time. My goodness. My goodness. You just don't know. You just don't know. Okay, it was one more thing. Okay, so my cousin. I couldn't find this poem, y'all. So I wrote this poem probably in 2013. Because I didn't used to date my poetry. The reason why I used to date it because it would be dated when I would post it on Moco. So it say my cuz had a ride. We all hopped inside. White Castle, Detroit, West Side. On the way back, city of Yak. My cousin had a black Coupe de Ville Cadillac back in the day. Black is beautiful. I don't know what that say. Something memory lane. I don't know what that's saying. Okay, something about it say okay, city of Pontiac. She had a black Cadillac back in the day. Soul Train line, y'all know the deal. As soon as I went to the roller rink ready, skate full of pom poms. I love my red wheels. Quarter in the locker. Got your Chucks. I still wear Chucks, y'all. I used to wear Chucks when I was a kid. Chucks is Converse. Don't get the shoes with the slip inside. Get the shoes with the star on the side. Those was Chucks. Chuck Taylors. Yeah, you had to put your, you know what? You had to lock your shoes up because they would steal your Chucks. All skate, double skating, trio, backward skating. Only always gave me a thrill. Okay, so the reason why I wrote that poem about her because she was famous. She was so famous in our town. She had a hall where you could go party and she would DJ. She had all the records. She was so famous. She ended up working at the Hilton and she would take you to this room. It was like an attic room in her house and she called it the top of the city. And this light, that stars would have been perfect. But she would take you in this room and it had a skylight in it. And on this wall, she had all these pictures of her and all these famous people. Patti LaBelle, Oprah Winfrey, Snoop Dogg, AZ, Little Kim. She was on the airplane with her and Oprah, I think. She had all these. It's incredible. Who you're supposed to meet, you're going to meet them. I'm going to meet Steve Harvey one day. I don't know why. But on January the 12th, 2012, I had a vision and Steve Harvey was in it. Me and Steve Harvey was on the stage together. So I know. I used to think Fluidity Fridays with us playing. Remember we used to play Family Feud? I used to think that was me meeting Steve Harvey, but no, I'm still going to meet Steve Harvey. It said, you taught Naima to make jewelry and didn't even say a word. Y'all sat there in silence. The whole conversation was going. Yep, I didn't say a word. My Shakira sent for me to come on Christmas. Shakira bought me a plane ticket to come visit her. On Christmas Day, I'm gonna cry. On Christmas Day, Shakira bought me a ticket to come to California. And Naima is me. Naima is me. I know I'm on the spectrum. I know I never got diagnosed, but I know that I am because I know who I am. And I went to Walmart and I bought all this stuff to make jewelry. And I sat at the table with my journals. I sat at the table with my cards, and I would do my cards every morning. And I would journal. I'm a very simple person. And I went to the store. She took me to Walmart, and I bought all this different stuff so that I could make jewelry. And I sat there, and one day she came in there and she sat next to me, and I showed her what I was doing. And when I got ready to leave, I left her most of that stuff. I left her a lot of that stuff. I took some because I wanted to come home and make some jewelry with the stuff that I had got from there. But that became it was like I'm older and they say I got fibromyalgia, but I couldn't do what I wanted to do, but she would, because we went to Granite Hill. We went to see the dinosaurs. And they had these kind of trees that had these orange looking things on it and these green looking things on it. And I couldn't climb up there, and Nima did it for me. It was like I was playing with myself. Yep. And she made beautiful jewelry now. I didn't even know. That's why I say I just let spirit show me what to do, because I didn't even know I was gonna make jewelry while I was out there. I had no idea. I didn't know I was gonna teach her. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I just knew that I was coming for a reason. Oh, that made me cry. But at least I ain't just bust out. Okay. Anyway, it said my coworker said she has a bunch of isms. I love the way she said, yeah. It says still making jewelry and everything she wears she made. Yep, that's how I started. That's why I know she is me. When I first started making jewelry, everything I made, it was just for me. And I would just give it to people. The same way Nima, she used to just give it away. And then one day you realize, well, shit, this costing me money. I got to charge something. But you first give it away. And if it's good, when you give it to people and then they start asking for it, that's when you know it's good. You can charge for this. Let's say Big Tooth Jr. was one of them. Yeah. He's like, Mom, come on. It's like, what? You said Big Tooth. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I kept asking her, was she pregnant? She kept telling me no. I said, okay. Then one time I asked her, was she pregnant? And she was like, hell no. Then soon she had to call me back and say, I got something to tell you. And Big Tooth Jr. came. Yep, Big Tooth Jr. He was waving at me or something, but I knew it was a baby gonna come. Y'all, Silver will get you pregnant, so you have to be careful with Silver. Silver will make people that it's a gift from God. When you read the Bible and it talk about Rebecca couldn't have babies and all that kind of stuff, and God gave her old self a baby, God probably gave her Silver. Silver will get you pregnant. If you can have babies, you have to be careful. Even if you can't have babies, you have to be careful with Silver, because Silver is the moon. Silver is the moon's metal. And Silver go places and correct things where no man can go. But Silver, and it won't not if you a female, or if antibiotics give you an imbalancement, Silver won't. Silver is an antibiotic that won't imbalance you. And you would have to, it would have to, because they'll tell you it'll turn you blue. It would have to be so. Now, what I can say, it might change the color of the inside of your mouth a little bit. It might. It might, because I had a doctor ask me one time, why did it inside of my mouth look like that? But at the same time, I think that during that time I was going through something else. I don't think it was the silver. I think I was having signs of something else. I think it had to do with something with my skin. Yep, I think so. I can't prove it because I'm not no doctor. And I can tell these doctors all kind of stuff from being on the internet. But if they don't say it and if they don't believe it, then I just have to go with what they say. And right now they say I have fibromyalgia and I have atopic dermatitis. But it's still something else going on with my muscles, y'all. And I know it. And I know it. I know it. Because I live in this body. Yep. Because I live in this body. I know it's something else going on with my muscles. But if they say it's fibromyalgia, but it's something else. Because that spirit, that spirit showed me is something else. And I believe in these spirits that show me things. I do. Okay, I guess I'm supposed to let y'all go. I don't know. We're gonna have to do something where where I can do intimate settings with. I just gotta have my own clubhouse or something. Not no clubhouse, just my own little. Cause I ain't supposed to just be out there like that. I'm not supposed to be out there. It's not supposed to be like that. This is good for me. Okay, but I think I'm supposed to go because now I'm rambling, and this is being recorded, and that's okay because I'm being obedient. I'm being obedient. And most people ain't gonna watch the whole thing, no way. They say yes. Your own platform. Yep, I am. When it's happening, it's happening. Yep, it's going to happen. And I've been doing my research, Shakira, and it's been showing me a whole lot more stuff. But I've been discovering so much stuff, looking at these journals and stuff. It's so important to journal, y'all. You writing your own Bible. You really are. You're writing your own Bible. This was another book. That book, I didn't realize, and that's why I say sometimes you have two books. Because this book goes back to 2017. And this book shows me when I was secluded. This is when nobody was understanding me. I was telling them, yeah, this book this book started the day I got the tarot cards. This is 8/25/2017. It's 2:31 in the morning. Homework tarot journal. It said, Donna, illuminate your spirit. Purchase my first pendulum and pad, the Chinese tarot, and use in the used basket, $5. So 2 decks. So I got 2 decks for $5. I really, really love the Asian deck because of all the different languages on the card. Yeah, they had different languages on each card. I am not sure, but I think the Witch's Tarot, Wands are fire, and Swords are air. I didn't know. I didn't know. So that's so incredible. It seems backwards. Yeah, it seemed like the swords because the swords should have been, but that's what it is. Because swords are clubs and wine is diamonds. This is so incredible. Y'all have to keep your journals. You have to keep your journals. My story, I grew up going to church. Jesus was the only way. The Bible had me very intimidated by the language. See, I was writing my book and didn't even know it. Okay, y'all, I'm going to get off. But Shakira called. You got to work tomorrow? You going to the stores tomorrow? Okay, well, I'm going to get off of here, but me and you finna talk. I thank y'all for hanging out with me and letting me do what I do. It's finna be what I'm stopping and there it go. It's 1:25. I've been on an hour and 25 minutes. That's my birthday backwards. Peace.